Most people can't imagine starting the day without a hot cup of coffee. And while caffeine does have its health perks, too much can pose a health hazard. But did you know that the most dangerous thing about your daily cup of java isn't the coffee, it's the coffee maker?
So you're probably wondering why, right? Here's why your coffee maker could be dangerous. It's nasty.
Ooh.
It's nasty because you never clean it, because we think that the hot water that flows through it is just fine, no big deal. Think about it. What does mold, bacteria, what do they love? Moist, warm environments. And that's what you create in these coffee makers. So we actually did a little test on one of our producers' coffee maker and basically found bacteria that's found in stagnant water. Now, the good news is if you're otherwise healthy, it's probably not going to hurt you. This bacteria called Sphingomonas, but I don't want to drink Sphingomonas in the morning. I don't know about you, I'm not into it.
No, you don't like Sphingomonas?
No.
It's great.
It
really wakes you up.
It
really perks you up.
So
way better than caffeine.
Then the problem becomes if you're immune compromised or you're sick or you have a sick relative living in the house and you go brew a fresh cup of coffee and you could actually be passing some of this on to them.
Yeah.
So that's...
But luckily, the doctors are to the rescue with a very simple solution.
Drink vinegar instead, right?
No, that's
You don't drink the vinegar?
No, you don't. But what you do is you use vinegar to sanitize your coffee maker. It's made of 5% acetic acid, which should kill most of the bacteria. It acts essentially as an anesthetic. And the only X factor here is you have to run water through multiple times after because vinegar coffee is not that sweet.
And don't dump the whole thing in there.
You do half vinegar, half water, run a cycle, you turn it off halfway through the cycle to let it sit and soak for about an hour, and then run it through. And then run it through with just water a couple times to get rid of that vinegar smell.
Vinegar is an absolute great cleaner all around the kitchen too because it's non-toxic. You know, you can wipe down your counters with it. And you know, I think I would, after running water through multiple times with the vinegar, I might get some old coffee grounds and just throw away a batch before I started.
Yeah, right.
Before you start
good stuff.
Another solution is use the coffee makers that are like one shot each, like the espresso machines. That way, I think it's a little less risk of it sitting there stagnating.
Especially if you're like me, you let it sit for
And you should
weeks.
do this with humidifiers too. Same thing can happen. Warm, moist places. If you don't clean them, it's a breeding ground.
We forget about the cups too. You know, at the work, they actually did a study on coffee cups at work and found that about 50% of them had fecal matter.
Ooh.
Fecal matter. Because what's happening is, you know, you're using it, you drink your coffee, then you go straight to the sink and you just wash it out with the towel that you see there. And 50% had fecal matter. So who knew that the coffee was brown because fecal matter?
Wait a second.
That's gross.
Not here at the doctor's.
Clean.
But one of the things, once you're done with your coffee in the morning, empty out the pot, rinse some water in it, and then leave it upside down so it can air dry if nothing else. If you're gonna do nothing else, make sure it air dries and doesn't stay wet throughout the night because those bacteria I think they like coffee.
Leave the lid open just like that too. That dries it out. No, thank you.
And in the work environment, assign one person who's gonna be the cleaner of the coffee pot so that you're not just coming to work every day. Everyone's crowding around this coffee pot. Great coffee, but then all of a sudden
I'll be the
sick.
cleaner.
So the next time I ask the question, what does vinegar have to do with a coffee maker? We now know it's a great way to clean it.